Hi, my name is Bree. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a 3D model diamond sword from the game Minecraft. I'm going to do this in two parts. It'll be the blade and the handle. This way it can be 3D printed in the respective colors so that it looks accurate, and then it can be assembled after that using super glue or another kind of adhesive, and you'll have a two-colored diamond sword. Alright, let's get started. To start off, I'm going to start by opening Fusion 360 from Autodesk. I will go ahead and put their information and the link to their website down in the description below. This is a software that I learned on, and I would highly encourage this one for beginners and for personal hobbyist users. They have free licenses and very affordable licensing plans, as well as student plans. I'm going to go ahead and start with just a blank, untitled document. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and click this insert button. And you're going to need to have a picture of your diamond sword as a reference. You're going to want to go ahead and download an image from the internet. This will just kind of help you keep the proportions right. And it kind of helps keep the design a bit more cohesive and to scale. So again, we're going to go ahead and click the insert button. We will insert from my computer. I have my diamond sword here. I'm going to go ahead and double click it to open it. I'll click on the top view, which is this one. And we can scale it up and down or however big we want it to be. I'm just going to leave it as it is right now. So now we've got our diamond sword in here, the image for reference. And I'm going to go ahead and click Create Sketch. I'm going to click again on that top plane. And from here, I can go ahead and start 3D modeling the sword. So we can go ahead and come down here. And this is going to be just a lot of squares and rectangles. That's kind of what Minecraft is comprised of, which is what makes this project so easy to do. It's just going to be a lot of modeling squares. You're going to want to make sure that you have all your edges kind of lined up. And you can always click and drag and rearrange and move these. And I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. If you'd like to follow along, you're more than welcome to. But we're really just going to go ahead and sketch along the outside kind of image for our sword. So now you can see that we have the body of our sword here. You can see all of our little profiles and things. I'm going to go ahead and extrude this now so that I can see kind of where we stand and what else we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go extrude. And I'm going to go through and select all of these little squares we just made. And you can see that we may have some little areas here where it's not going to extrude properly. So just go ahead and you can zoom in or you can fix your sketch profile. I'm kind of lazy. I'm just going to zoom in and select the little pieces that I missed in here. Not really going to change anything one way or the other, because it's all going to be solid anyways. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make this one... This is 0.03 inches. So this model is going to be really, really small. This is how, this is where that kind of scaling for the image would come in handy, but I didn't do that. So this can be scaled up in your slicer software, and I'll show you how to do that once we get this exported. So for right now, I'm just going to make it look, you know, pretty proportional to what I want it to look like. So now we've got the blade, and we need to go ahead and we'll model the hilt next. But because we want this to be that blue diamond color, and we want this to be, you know, a little bit more like a brown or another handle color, we're going to go ahead and create a tab down here so that this can go into the handle of the sword when we're done. So I'm going to use this construct button. I'm going to go ahead and construct a plane that's a little bit higher up, so I'm going to make it like half the height of my blade's total extrusion. So in this case, if this is 0.02, we're going to make it 0.01, right? It's going to be 0.01, and that puts us right smack in the middle of our model here. I'm going to go ahead and click the create, and we're going to have to select our little plane, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put a little tab here in the middle. I'm going to kind of find this corner piece, line it up a little bit, and I'm going to go down just like that. You can see that that's in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and extrude this. I'm going to make it 0.05. If it turns red like this, make sure that you go ahead and do the join button instead of the cut operation. We're going to go ahead and make this symmetric. And now we have a little tab so that when we go to assemble our sword, it's going to sit in there really nicely, right? So I can go ahead and we will just hide the canvas. We can right click on this, set the appearance. And this is a little bit more just cosmetics. This won't print like this. It'll print whatever color your filament is that's loaded into your printer. But we can go ahead and we'll just drop white on there, right click, edit. Pretty okay, right? Yeah. So we'll go ahead and save this and we'll call it Diamond Sword Blade, right? And let's just go ahead and we'll drop it into a new folder. I'll go save it. So now we'll be able to go into our folder, and instead of creating a new, like a new document, we can actually just copy right from there to maintain the scaling on here. And we'll just go ahead and rename, one of these to handle. And you see that that renamed the one up here. So now we can unhide our canvas, we can hide this body, and we can toggle this as we need to. We're going to go ahead and click Create Sketch. We will sketch on the top. And this is really the lazy way to do it, and I know it's the lazy way to do it, but work smarter, not harder, I guess. These are obviously not probably best practices for things, but I found that this definitely keeps everything fitting nice and neatly together. We're going to go ahead and create another sketch. We'll drag it out. Go to the middle point here. And we'll just keep doing some of these. And just continue. And I'm just going to continue to model this handle and follow this sketch. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Feel free to follow along. So obviously, as I'm modeling, I can see that there's going to be some little gaps and things in here, and there's going to be some weird sizing and shaping, and we can go back through and we can drag them kind of back out to where we need them to be, and just sort of generally clean it up a little bit. And we'll end up with a relatively good-looking sword hilt. Right? We'll just kind of tweak it there, make it look really nice and clean. Yeah, just like that. So we also know that the blade is going to sit here, and we're going to go ahead and we'll extrude this handle first. So we know that our blade is going to be thinner than the handle. Right, so the handle's going to have some offhang on either side, and we'll kind of accommodate for that a little bit. So for this one, I'm going to make it 4 instead of the 2 that we made, so it's twice as thick. I can go ahead and unhide this sketch. So you can see that this is in here, and we're going to make this kind of a thicker point for our blade to sit in. We'll go ahead and extrude it. So you know that we made this one. Made this one 1. So we're going to go ahead and make this one 2, because obviously 3D printers aren't perfect. They're going to have a little bit of wiggle room. Or we could even make it like a tighter tolerance if we wanted to, but for this, I'm just going to go ahead and make it the 1. The one thing that we do have to make sure that we have is the ability to actually get the the handle in there. Oops. So we're going to have to go ahead and come back in, and we're going to grab these profiles here, and we're going to take them out just so that the actual shape that we're trying to put in is going to fit, and we're not going to have that limiting factor of that lip there. That makes sense. Now we have this handle, right? So we can go ahead and we'll hide our canvas, and we will save our changes to it so we don't wreck it, miss anything. We can right-click on it and go to Appearance. And then we can go ahead and drop another color in there. Oops. We can right-click on this color and click Edit, and then we can actually just drag it right down to brown if we wanted to. Now we've got a brown handle for our blue blade. If we want to see them together, we can actually just drag this assembly right in here. And it'll pop in, and we can kind of move it around a little bit and get it to where it needs to go to fit into our sword. There you have it. Now you have a Minecraft sword. It's going to print in 2 pieces, and I will go ahead and show you how to export those to where they're going to... we're going to go ahead and do an STL file format. That's the one that we're going to need for our 3D printers. Make sure that you just drop it into the folder that you want it to go into, and click Export. These will take a couple minutes to export fully, and then once that's done, you can open the file location and open it up in your slicer, and you'll be able to see and scale and kind of go from there. And I will show you that right now. Okay, so once we've got our models exported, you can see them in here. We'll go ahead and double click. This will automatically open in the slicer software that you choose. I personally use Ultimaker Cura. I will go ahead and link them down in the description below. They're totally free to use. You can see that our sword is like really tiny, right? So we can go ahead and click on our little model. We can click on the scale button here, and we'll just make it huge. So that makes it a little bit bigger. You can see it now, and you can see that this red overhang is going to be, it's an overhang, so you're going to go ahead and need to print it with supports. We could actually open the handle as well. And these will just scale to the same, you know, whatever percentage you do for one, you'll do for the same on the other one. Go ahead. That, and again, there is an overhang in here, so you'll need to print it with supports. But yeah, this is now able to be 3D printed in the blue and brown or whatever color sword you want, if you want a diamond sword or an iron sword. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to reach out. Either leave a comment or reach out to me via my website. I super appreciate you taking the time to watch it. I hope it was helpful. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks!